let me explain my philosophy first on general rules. So I'm gonna give you an example of something that happened to me outdoors. So I'm coaching an outdoor game, and I'm talking to the left mid on my team. He's playing left mid, so he's on my sideline. And we've had conversations about this before going into this game. And he's asking me, a newer kid to competitive soccer, and he's like, I just don't understand sometimes how far I have to drop back to defend as a left mid. And if we're playing like a 4-5-1, or if he's a left wing and we're playing a 4-3-3, like how do I know like how far I have to go back and defend and how high I have to stay? So I'm like, okay, so generally, just try to count numbers when you're defending. You know, if our left back is one-on-one, you drop a little bit in comfortable space. If he's defending 2v1, you're definitely gonna need to get back. And I'm trying to make it so simple for him. So we're playing the game, and he's defending on my side, and the left back is like 10 yards away from him, and he's defending, and he's just standing there watching. And I'm like, go back and help defend, like go double and go help and defend. He was like, but you told me to count numbers, and he's one-on-one. So this is the process that we take when we coach, to design sessions, to train, to coach games. Is all our sessions and all our training are designed around general rules and general concepts, just general ideas. So we first teach a general rule, then we teach our players how to break that rule in as many ways possible. And when players can think for themselves and make decisions on the difference, for us, that's the definition of creativity. So like when you ask somebody, how do you develop creative players? A lot of people have a hard time answering that. For us, the answer is teaching our players these general rules and general ideas, teaching them how to break it and giving them options to these situations. That's when you have a creative player. So like we were talking about right now about plays, for us, for the coaching staff, we know that what we teach are not plays. There's just options. For players, it's fun. We have found that we've built a culture in our club where players love plays. They love the names. They love the idea of plays, and that's why they love it. And they just keep coming back. And a lot of players that we've attracted are because of that reason. They like, I don't know, they kind of relate it to basketball, to football, having plays. But for us, like I was telling you yesterday, the skinny is not a pass. The skinny is an overall concept. And in order for you to understand the point of the skinny is you need to understand all the different options that come from it and why it's used. Then when you're playing, like for my adult team or my older girls and boys, they call something off and they understand that it's not just that. It's all these different options that come from it depending on what the defenders are going to do in that situation. So the skinny concept is you're playing back and running towards your own goal. That's the concept of the skinny. And there's 3 basic options that come from it. So it's easier for us to teach everything from go throws and kick-ins first. From there, you do everything during the flow of the game as possession. Not so much to go forward and score a goal off of this, but to break out of pressure and just keep possession. Sometimes it happens where you end up getting a good chance going forward because it's 4-on-4, but the concept is just possession. So if we have a kick in here and we know that this team that we're playing against is not defending behind the line of the ball and is cheating a little bit, and we know we're going to receive hard pressure, we want to bait that player in. So the pass goes backwards, player presses, you're running behind the defender. We're playing the ball into the space and then running onto the ball. So this is the skinny, right? So the options are easy on this side because hopefully we're creating a 1v1 on this side and bringing a defender over to that side. So when we play it, we can support it and go and add a combination. If it's a 1-2, or if it's a parallel, if it's a takeaway, whatever it may be, we have options here for a combination play going 2 versus 1. That's the first option. So the second option is to create a line pass, just like the switch. We play it, they press, we come in, we fake this, and we either dribble up the line or we play the ball down the line as a line pass. And then from that, there's other options. We play it, they press, we make the run.
Assessment, so wish me luck.
Good luck.
With coach.
We play it, and we were talking about yesterday in the game. We play behind the defender. So it's the same idea as a switch. So I was telling Ryan that when I first started doing the switch in the ID trial stuff, is Coach Tozer added into the stuff that we're doing, but the switch is not what everybody may think the switch is. The switch, again, is a concept. It's just like the skinny, because the switch is also 3. For me, the way that I call the switch is creating is playing the ball coming across. And we have the same idea, the same concept, the 2v1 and the combination that comes from it, or it's also the line pass and playing behind. It's also the skinny. The skinny is also the switch. You're playing. This player decides not to press, so you just play the ball across and you come across for the 2v1. So the way that I explain it to my players is, you have this concept of skinny that turns into 3 options, and then each option turns into another 3 options. And each option there turns into another 3 options, and it's just a never-ending cycle. But as players get older, like our players are passing and moving, and all of a sudden I'm an ala, and my fixo is under pressure. So instead of continuing to run, I'm just gonna say skinny. You hold onto the ball, I run for you, you play the ball back, and now you have support. You know, I'm passing and moving, and you play the ball to me. I say go for a switch, you go across, and then you have the combination there. So like yesterday we did the double skinny. Again, let me explain that. It's not so much I'm gonna call it this play, we're gonna do 2 skinnies. It's we're gonna keep possession and keep things going, so players understand that if something is not on, the game just keeps going. It's not like, oh, the skinny didn't work, we have to bring the ball back and the play's over. It's just we're gonna keep rotating until something happens, until we create some space, until the defender bites, defender loses their player. So on this one here, the ball gets played, they press, they make this run, we play the ball, and we know that it's not going to be on. Maybe the pivot stays on this side and draws another defender over. The defender's defending a strange way, whatever it may be. So once this pass gets made and we receive the ball, and that player's tracking back, the player who ran for the pass plays it and is going to stay. The player originally supporting is going to become the pivot, and the pivot is going to rotate back to become the ala. So we make this pass, and that starts to happen. This player runs through, player's following, and that player tracks back. And when players don't rotate in the same path, then defenders can't switch their marks. And that's what creates the mistakes a lot of times in this type of movement, is not running in the same path. So then we have a new pivot up. We have the player who passed it comes in to supports that. And we play the ball again. And now the second time, it's almost a sure thing that it's going to be 1v1 on this side. So if you can quickly get the ball over and support, it's going to be you're going to get a 2v1. So that's the concept around that. And then this has been done for many years, but the only club that is consistently applying this is Corinthians, that I have found. Now the old Corinthians coach who got fired last year went to Carlos Barbosa this year in Brazil, and now they're the champions of Brazil. It's like this guy is just a genius on the way that he gets his teams playing. There's nobody else in Brazil that plays this type of system, and it just happens to be so effective. And there's so many different ways. Like the skinny is not just the ala playing the ball to the fix, so it can be anybody. So And again, this is mostly done from a 3-1. Although from the 4-0, you can do it. It's just a lot less space. So let's say the Futsal has the ball and we're receiving a lot of pressure, and we start coming over to one side, and we're getting trapped here. The pivot can drop back and sucks this player out and calls off the skinny, and the ball can get played in here. And when this player gets sucked out, a lot of times when you run past this player, you have that pass, or you have this pass into a fadeaway run here. I mean, there's so many different options on it. But when you can get everybody on the same page as far as the skinny concept, having a player supporting your Futsal under pressure, you're running towards back your own goal. It's very unexpected that pass is going to be made. I mean, it's not common, but I think it's very similar to some teams when they play a 4-3-3 and they have the 6 here in the middle, and they get caught with the ball, with their center backs get caught really, really wide, and we're under pressure. A lot of times the 6 does come back and receive that ball in outdoor. And we've taken, at least my outdoor teams have taken a lot of futsal concepts and are applying it into soccer, and I do this movement all the time. And I get my outside back a lot higher. And it just creates a lot of space and a lot of movement in the middle. But that's the skinny.